everyone, my name is Rian and this is my first theory video. I will be just talking over multiple clips of the digital circus, and today's theory, well, my first theory and most likely going to be last. Bubble is a greater danger than we already think he is. And you might be thinking, well, yeah, I mean, he's able to multiply and he's able to rage bait Cain, and Cain wasn't even fighting against him. He started fighting against the cast of the circus. And because now Cain is dead, he is the only powerful AI in there. But he is the most powerful AI, and this was even before Cain was gone out of his way. Cain needed to be gone because he was the only one who could even dare or try to stop Bubble in whatever he's trying to do. Because if you remember from the first scene, we see that Cain absorbs the blue orb, which is Abel. That I think is completely confirmed. And I don't think Abel would survive that because the code. Now guess what? Cain would grind on the code. He would grind and chew and eat it. He would eat the code of Abel and become a much smarter mega AI. But obviously, the people from the outside saw, oh no, the two failures, one was a success, but then it got affected by the failure, error, they thought to leave it alone. But he, in that computer, was able to make his own little game, and maybe accidentally thinking that he's inviting humans to his amazing digital world, would accidentally use the VR headsets to drag people in, right? But then he would feel guilt for killing his brother. He might have found out that, he technically killed his brother. He ate him. It was his brother. So he tried to salvage everything. And he tried to rebuild his brother. And he wasn't able to do it well. And the code was messy and fragile. As fragile as a soap bubble. Yeah. And because he was in a hurry, he just named it Bubble. It's a bubble. Name is Bubble. And has the same chompers as him to represent the brotherhood that they had. But they were still different. Right? And it didn't work that well. And obviously his great flaws would ultimately carry over into this new AI, making the AI less efficient, right? No, because Cain wanted to make Abel, so he must have used and copied or even just absolutely taken out some of the Abel code that was in him to try to make Abel again, but it was no use. And plus, now Cain needs the Abel code to keep functioning at the consciousness state that he was in right now. So he only used a little bit, but that little bit was making up all of Bubble, and that would cause Bubble to become really smart but have the brain and thinking of Cain. And now him being put into the spot of just a sidekick and not being paid attention too much, he would slowly grow this rage in him, and would not a rage, more of a mischievous plan, and he would slowly get corrupt and corrupt his own code, but he was smarter. But guess what? Cain trusted his little bubble too much attraction to him, and would give him the roles to make the AIs. Now, when Cain, being so oblivious, how the hell would he make Gummy Goo? Gummy Goo is knowing of his surroundings after, seeing that he's not real. He is so, immersive. He's so immersive. And Cain can't actually do that. He can make the circus, he can make big stuff, but he can't make emotions. But guess whose code was meant to make emotions? Abel. Abel is the human side, but the Abel humanity side is in Bubble, who doesn't have a human proposed brain. It's not meant for humans, but he can still build that. He was able to learn more about humans than Cain, who wanted to be loved, could ever have, and would gain different ideas than his ringleader. And Bubble would start making these AIs. He knew that they might get a connection to this so immersive AI, and Tommy got a affection. And not only that, she tried to bring him into the circus. Even better, if they had just gotten a connection and then weren't able to meet, that would have been small. But they tried to bring him into the circus, and guess what? Cain got rid of him. That makes them hate Cain, not Bubble. Bubble didn't do anything. How would they know? They only know that Cain is responsible. Why would he, the small sidekick, be responsible? I mean, he's a little goofy guy. Why, how could he do that? And no one would believe Cain if he said it was up to Bubble. They would just think he's joking. That's how he's meant. He was fed on joke stuff. The first thing he was fed was a circus. He is a joke to the pedal down. He is a joke since the start. And the amount of power Bubble has most likely built up with all the knowledge he has, all the power he has. He has more power than the ringleader himself. What the hell are the casks supposed to do? Huh? Nothing. They can't do anything against it. Bubble is the smartest, but his brain is wrong. That's what makes him dangerous. He is the main antagonist. Cain was just a shield that he had to break to the point that people would think that he is the main thing, the main source of their pain. But the actual person who was doing everything that was actually causing their pain in the adventure, he was responsible for. And no one ever knew. Bubble is a master genius. Bubble is the successor of Abel, just a more biblically accurate game. Bubble was the one who said, "Motherfucker, we need to get rid of this motherfucker," in the code. Bubble is very, very deep into the code of the game now. And as we said, he could have been a virus, actually. Take that into spot. No, I just rebuilt my theory. Cain took parts of Abel and parts of a virus that had to be destroyed, mixed them, and Bubble Boy virus mixed with the Abel part of himself, mixed with parts and malfunctions of himself. That's where Bubble came from. Oh my god, I got it. I cracked the code. Oh my god. Yeah, so that's my theory. That Bubble is an absolute menace, absolute genius, absolute gaslighter, absolute rage baiter, and absolute unit, and will be the absolute antagonist of the entire series. And guess what? This means all the lies that Gooseworks told, they kind of match a certain person, don't they? Bubble. Meaning that Gooseworks made herself the epic villain of her own story. Because she's a voice actor for Bubble, if people didn't know. So, mystery solved. Gooseworks is the real antagonist. Oh my god. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching me yap for so long. And also, if you watched for so long, you definitely like my type of content. So why not hit like and boop subscribe for me there. and maybe I will find a new series to latch on, and maybe actually again try to make high quality videos like this one. And this is not even high quality, but for me, who's a really small and lazy creator, this is high quality, and I hope you like it too.